Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently in the slightly awkward situation of wanting to expand our military because we have the manpower for it and we can get more professional troops, but at the same time I don't want to expand the military because I want to be increasing our economy right now. Now I do want to go into our economy tab here. Potentially, ooh, that's an 80% reduction of morale. Okay, never mind. Yeah, this was something that I actually accidentally declined at the end of last episode, and that broke our alliance with Tertitania. However, I was able to just immediately re-ask them to up it, and they accepted, and now they're asking us to come in again. So we do need to evaluate whether we want to do this or not. Yeah, I really do want to have the war exhaustion, and if we decline this, this will get rid of our alliance, which I do feel like is relatively important right now. So I'm going to accept this offer, but I don't have to be happy about it. That's how this works. Okay, where's this army at? Okay, they're over here. I believe that... Are they actually taking attrition? Oh, they are. So they should definitely not be here. That's fine. I should have looked at that, in all honesty. But we're going to bring them over and use them to help. So we'll embark them. And over we come. I think we'll land just right here, and then we'll march up. I'm seeing that this is a pretty low amount of morale. Those are mercenaries, of course. By the time we get there, their morale will probably be, well, it will definitely be higher. The question is how high. Now, I do want to do additional investment in our economy. There's no doubt about that one. I'd love to build more mines. Unfortunately, that is absolutely not something that we can do. But for now, we'll just focus on getting this war done as quickly as possible. Okay, that guy's been put in debtor's prison. And that does, of course, mean that Magna Graecia needs a governor, and Hanids and Bodonids are considered scorned right now. So we will put this guy in. Excellent. I'm also noticing that this is not on cultural conversion, but okay, whatever. It has not rebelled, and so our policy is it does not yet get changed. So these guys are going to make their way northward. I'm wondering if we can actually take this. We have the same number of troops. We do have a better leader, and I believe these troops are more experienced as well, and we probably have better troops, although their chariots... Ooh, that was a big attrition tick. Their chariots may cause some issues for us. They're walking away, so we're just going to come over here and siege this back, I think. Excellent. Our researcher just died. We do need a new one. And, of course, we would like to put this guy in as our most qualified. And I'm going to. Excellent. We want to make sure that our research speed is going as quickly as possible. So we will take back this territory, and our attrition is not particularly useful, of course, but we're going to head over. This city indicator, or rather the capital indicator, just went away. Regardless, we know that it's over here, so we're going to head over. There's a fair number of troops up over this way. We're definitely taking attrition, and that's mostly because we have a lack of food. Now, one thing that we should probably do is... Once we can put more units in this, which we currently can't, we should consider increasing our supply train. That is definitely something that we'll need, but right now, that's not a possibility because I think of our pop count over here in Africa. Okay, so these guys are just kind of wandering around. I can't help but notice we're still at 0 war score. We're going to win this battle, though, so that's good. And we're going to cap this back. These guys just retreated to territory that they didn't hold. Okay. Well, we're going to come on over here, and I would love to deal with this force. Should we hire these mercs? No. No, we should not, because I want to work on our economy. Specifically, I want to build more farming settlements. Excellent. And we'll continue trading that food away as we can. Can we catch these guys? It'd be great if we could. I would absolutely love to do that. I kind of doubt we can. Actually, we can. They're kind of dumb with how they moved. Sounds good. There are mercs down here, and we, of course, knew that that was going to be the case. We stack wiped these guys, and we're going to come take back this territory. I'm still actually a little bit concerned about fighting these mercs, so I'm going to come up north here and see if we can catch this force out, and see if our allies will come in. It doesn't look like they will, but we are going to catch this force. These guys are black flagged. This is great. This force immediately retreated, and we won this battle. So that is perfect for us. We're going to come on down over this way and see if we can take back this territory. Excellent. Carpatania might rebel in 38 months, bringing one pop into conflict with us. Okay. Sure. We are, of course, working on our war exhaustion right now. We may want to consider invoking Devotio. What's the current cost of that? +3? I think that's acceptable. We'll do it. Okay, so that should bump this up to... Is it going to sit at negative 0.05? It may. If it does, I'm a little sad, to be sure. Well, we're going to fight this force. That's great. I can't help but notice we're still at 0 war score. And it is pretty much because the defender controls the province of Terdulia Occidentalis, which is... Actually, this is not what we're looking for at all. We need to be in the provincial mode. Yeah, that's this province here, which we took back a while ago. But that's okay. We'll stack wipe these guys. Actually, we didn't stack wipe them. I'm a little shocked. They had no morale and only 800 troops, and they didn't get stack wiped. At any rate, we're going to come over here and siege this back now. Excellent. Our war exhaustion is still up there. It now caps at 30 instead of 20. That's interesting. I'm not sure when that happened, but okay, we'll accept that for sure. Population happiness is -4% currently, so I like that. That is pretty great. We outnumber these guys more than 10 to 1, so of course we will stack wipe them under Europa rules. I'm assuming this operates under Europa rules. There is another city like up here that needs to be capped. And that's something we can definitely do. So with this capped back, that is great for us. That will of course mean that their ticking war score will go away once this caps back, I believe. And we should be positive in the war score now, in theory. And we're not. We are absolutely not. The ticking war score is not necessarily in our favor. This is fine though. We do need a new Kahan, and this should really be a Hanid, and so we'll put this guy in hopes of having that family be scorned slightly less. They're still a little bit scorned, but I'm sure they'll be okay. I'm hoping that these guys are going to cap over here, and yeah, they are. That's great. Very happy to see this. Who are we actually at war with? These guys and these guys. Okay, so these guys here. Sounds great. So we're going to come on over and attack these then. There's a fort here that we're going to have to fight, which we will absolutely do. And we're capping all of this back as well. These guys are probably going to lose this fight, although they have reinforcements on the way. And hello, phone. You should be muted right now. Thank you very much. Excellent. As soon as that is done ringing, I will go ahead and mute that. I apologize. However... yeah, we did expect this battle to be lost. That's definitely a thing. They did manage to get the cap in there, but we are going to cap this over here, and there will be absolutely no problem there. Wonderful. The phone is done ringing, and it is kind of muted. Are you going to mute all the way? No, it's just frozen. Fantastic. Well, I tried anyway. It won't mute any further than that. So I guess this is all good. Okay, so as we were doing on this siege, hopefully it just won't ring again. Ooh, we're winning that fight now. That's great to see. We're doing well on this siege. This is not going so well over here. That is definitely something that I am deeply concerned about. We're just going to take some free cash? Yes, please. However... we do need to definitely put in a couple of farming settlements, and we're going to put that in here And we're going to put in another one right there. Excellent. That will, of course, help out our economy, which, as you can see here, is actually beginning to boom, which is great. Our war exhaustion is coming down nicely as well. So that is amazing. These guys are just kind of running amok right now. That's okay. I will allow it, because our siege over here is going very nicely indeed. We're not really getting reinforcement over here, but that's to be expected. We don't really need it either, in theory. Unless these guys show up, I suppose. It'd be problematic. But our allies are in the area and keeping them busy. I'm a little surprised this is still at exactly 0. It's not. It's actually at 30. This is, I guess, a bug? Interesting. So we're at plus 30 right now. Now it's showing up as 2. But it's actually 45. Maybe this is like our war contribution? Or something? I don't know. That's kind of bizarre, if you ask me. At any rate, we won this siege, and we're going to head on over here. This will, of course, put these guys fully out of this war. So that is great. And with any luck, we'll be able to reinforce our troops as well. We've got plenty of manpower to make this happen. Our attrition is definitely hurting, but that's okay. Our attrition can hurt for now. We are, of course, eventually going to get some supply trains, but it'll be fine. We're just, right now, we're going ahead and reinforcing. Just trying to get this back up a little bit. We'll wait for a month tick or two. I do think that we'll move up to here. And there's another month tick. That's only 500 troops. Okay. Well, we'll just make our way up over to this fort then. And in the meantime, we will get some reinforcement there. So we're at 80 war score here. Okay, that's great. We're actually, this is saying 34, but we're actually at 83. So this war is pretty much won at this point, and we didn't have to sacrifice too much to make it happen. Just a little bit of war exhaustion reduction, but it's actually okay. Our war exhaustion is coming down reasonably, and I do want to build another farming settlement. There we go. Excellent. Wait, can we afford another one? We actually can. And so we shall. There we go. Yeah, this battle's not going to go so well. That's okay. These guys are moving around then. So our current ruler could lose 15 popularity, but Hiram Hanid would gain 10 popularity. Or he could start seeing us as a rival. Fine. Have your will done. Okay. That should be fine in theory. I hope. Now, when are we likely to have a province rebellion? This is actually not saying that we are likely to have a province rebellion. Okay. I don't hate that. Let's just wrap this up then over here. Once we cap this, I believe that this will auto-cap everything else over here and put us at 100% war score. So that's great. In fact, we might get to 100% war score. Huh. Tritania just pieced out these guys. Well, home we go. We're at 98% war score then, and Tritania can handle this. Commanders like bribes, don't they? I'm pretty sure they do. That's going to be 47 months of a morale reduction. That's actually a lot of cash. Oof. That is not great. That is not great at all. We're in a deficit now because of that. And we do have a risk of civil war currently. We have an exiled army. It'll show up back over here soon enough. Okay, so yeah, lack of equipment, sure. That'll pull us out of debt. And I think we will just go ahead and take popularity here. Excellent. This actually just immediately rebelled against Tritania. Okay. Wait, are we the war leader here? No, Tritania is. I mean, I guess we could take this. We are at war with these guys. But even so, I'm just going to send our troops home. This will be fine. So, is this a separate piece? I'm assuming this is a separate piece. I think so. Let's go ahead and take our Deity of Economy. Excellent. And how are we actually doing here? This is at 99, so we're actually capped until our allies get around to capping this over here. Sure, sounds good. We do, however, need to deal with this civil war situation, so we need to look at who is currently upset, and that is Matan Barca still. He is still kicking. He's got very poor health. We're going to bribe him. And that will deal with that. Hopefully he'll die before we have to do that one again. Okay, so our professional troops are now over here, and we're going to go ahead and embark them, and we're going to bring them up over here by sea, rather than crossing back over this. Excellent. So with that coming up, that does of course mean that we're going to take some attrition while at sea, and apparently we're being pursued by pirates. That's, you know, useful. But we're going to make our way on up. These guys lost that battle, and we'll begin a siege up here. Just as soon as we can. Which will be right now. And hopefully we'll get some of this land out of this. That would be nice. I'm not flipping this over to Tertitania. So we'll cap this. And then we'll come in and siege this. And that should be fine. In we go, and we will fight a battle there. Hopefully we'll stack wipe them. That would be a good situation for us. We'll see if we manage to. We did. That's very good. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and siege this on down. Apparently there's some mercs there moving around. Oh, that was a merc force that we stack wiped. That's fine. And we can, of course, build ourselves another farming settlement. There's going to be an increasing demand for food as the game goes on and as metropolises begin to spring up, so this will be a good business for us to be in. I assume. This is currently occupied by us. They're flipping this over to us. Sure. We'll happily take it off their hands. Our war exhaustion is coming down nicely. There's no risk of civil war right now, and Oritania might rebel in 56 months. That's a long time. Hopefully in that amount of time, their happiness will start to come up a little bit. Hopefully. But we'll see. We'll go ahead and finish up this siege, which should end this war. They are in a war against their rebellion over there, so it's fine that they're distracted. I'm not too concerned about that, but maybe we get some land out of this. That'll be the first time in a while. Of course, in terms of our missions, we did integrate this, and we should start looking at... We can't do this one anymore. That's already bypassed. We should look at perhaps doing... Tebessa would need to have city status. Okay, so this would have to be dealing with Massilia over here. Massilia. Okay. Whatever. I'm going to call them Massilia. It's wrong, but it's wrong enough. Excellent. So there are these disloyal provinces, but they should, in theory, be starting to improve eventually. Eventually. The siege will finish up soon. And national tax and commerce income, population growth and morale of armies, manpower and manpower recovery speed. I actually feel like I would normally choose the cash. I feel like we're doing okay on that front, and maybe we should go for the national population growth as the more long-term investment. We've had a lot of pop loss due to stack wipes fighting Rome, so let's go with that. We do have to realize Rome is probably going to declare on us again pretty soon. And that's relatively okay. I'm not too upset about that if they do. We can build another farming settlement, and this is, of course, something that I'm interested in doing. And we will build it over here. Lots of farming settlements that we can build. Our income is coming up very nicely, though. I'm very happy to see this. Of course, it does bear noting that we are currently fighting this war on default army maintenance, so there's that. But we're also not specifically trying to fight them, so it's all good. We'll finish up this siege any tick now. Kinda getting some bad luck on that, it seems. Did they just peace out partially? No. No, they did not. That's technically a civil war. We're going to take these guys back to the port. There we go. And, I mean, we're not the war leader here. But also, this isn't their war goal. Maybe we should just take everything here. These would cease to exist, and therefore the war would cease to exist as well. That way we don't have to worry about Tertitania not giving us territory. I don't think I want them to become our subject. I think we want to straight up take this. Boom. Fantastic. So this is now our territory. And Tertitania, are they upset about it? No, they're mostly upset because we dishonored their alliance. That was accidental. They'll get over it. They will indeed get over it. So we, of course, do need a governor over here, and we're going to put in... Okay, our most qualified guy is a Hanid, so that'll work fine. The Hanids are still considered scorned, which makes me sad. But that'll do, and we should probably immediately tell this guy, go on cultural assimilation, we're gonna need it. There we go. So both of these, technically this one should be as well. Go on cultural assimilation, we're gonna need it. Okay. There we go. We'll leave our professional force here for right now. They're not taking attrition. Actually, they are taking attrition here. We're not going to leave them here. We're going to embark them and take them over here, where they shouldn't be taking attrition. In theory. And you can see here, Tertitania is taking this area back over, and so the Civil War mechanic appears to work more like Hearts of Iron. Okay, interesting. Omen power increase, and of course we get ourselves a new invention. That was a religious advance here. I would not necessarily mind monthly ruler popularity gain. Global monthly food modifier is pretty good, though. Into that national population growth? Yeah. We're going to take that, and then into the grain rations. Excellent. So that'll be great. Once our troops arrive over here, we'll start them drilling again. Yes, that does make them more likely to become loyal, but that's okay. I'm not too upset about that. As long as this guy remains loyal, we're fine. And one guy, he can be bribed. So we are, of course, losing war exhaustion pretty nicely here. Tyranny is coming down as well, and AE, so that is great. I'm very happy about this. We should probably look at our subjects, which... Where do we actually see our subjects in all this? Diplomacy? We're in a mercantile stance right now. I wonder what we should be. Diplomatic relations +1. AE decay, sure. National commerce income is nice. Domineering. Okay, I think we'll remain in a mercantile stance. I think that's perfectly fine. But where do we see our subjects? I doubt it would be in trade overview. I would expect it would be in nation overview. In here. I would expect a subjects tab here. But apparently not. We do have a title unassigned, and it needs to be a Hanid, Bodanid, or Barkid, and so we will put in the most qualified person from one of those families. Which apparently gives us just over the Civil War threshold. I'm wondering if we actually care about this, because our tyranny will come down. That's only 1.84. I think we do care about this right now. Ahiram Badona is currently the biggest issue, so we will bribe him, and no problem. For now, anyway. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll take your cash. We'll take that, for sure. It's not much, but we'll put it to good use. And by good use, I mean build a farming settlement. Fantastic. Our stability has increased, sure. We're back up to 8,500 over here. These guys should be well drilled. And indeed, they do seem to be pretty well drilled, I think. This is their current morale. Where do we see their XP? Down here, 61%. Sounds good. Compare that to these guys, who are currently at 21% XP. Fair enough. Their XP decays over time, obviously. So there are some rebellions that are probably going to crop up. This is not a surprise. We are very, very okay with this. For now, we are still working on a few things, although I do want to potentially work on a CB on these guys. Now, do we have one? We don't. Just naval superiority and show superiority. So what we're going to do is we are going to work on fabricating a claim on that province. Excellent. We're not going to go to war with them for a little bit because we need to form that claim, of course, but that's actually coming up pretty quickly, 20 months or so. So no worries on that. That will be our next target, is going after these guys. Definitely want to get that squared away. We also may want to consider building a road along our coast up here. We'll have to figure out how we want to do our road network, but I'm definitely interested in building roads. So maybe we should embark these guys and move them on over and position them, like, here. Can we build roads through our subject nations, is a question that I have. But that is a question that will need to be answered next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.